Hi students, welcome back to Max Video Classes. In this video, I am going to teach a new chapter, that is squares and square roots. Okay, so before going to this, first we learn what is square and what is square root. I think these two are the new words, squares and square roots. These two are the new words. So in our mathematics, we know the some fundamental operations. What are the basic fundamental operations in our mathematics? Yes, there are four fundamental operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So these four are the fundamental operations. So other than these four, here we have some more fundamental operations, and here squares and square roots, as we can read these two also some fundamental operations. Actually they are not fundamental operations, but we treat them like that. Okay, so first we discuss square, after that we discuss square roots. So what is square? Before that, so in 7th class already we learned powers and exponents. Powers and exponents. Okay, so what is powers and exponents? That means in our mathematics, how to use these powers and exponents? Yes, is there any repeated multiplication? To present that repeated multiplication in short form, we are using these powers and exponents. For example, as if you are multiplied 2 10 times, if you are multiplied 2 10 times, so to present that product very easy, yes, we use this powers and exponents. How to present this? Yes, it's 2 power of 10. Okay, so here 2 is the base and 10 is the exponent. Here 2 presents in this repeated multiplication, which number is multiplied randomly, that is we are taken as base, and this 10, that is called exponent. What it presents, how many times that base is multiplied, that is exponent. Okay, here 2 is multiplied 10 times, so its powers and exponential form is 2 power of 10. So what is the relation between powers and exponents and squares? There is one relation. What is that? So in case if you multiply any number, if you multiply any number 2 times, for example here I am multiplying 4 2 times, so 4 into 4, what is the result? It is equal to 16. So 4 into 4 is equal to 16. Like 8 into 8, 64. Like 2 into 2, 4. So in case if you multiply same number 2 times, the product we are called the square of that number. Okay, here 2 into 2 is equal to 4. That means you multiply 2 times. So here what is the product? 4 is the product. That 4 we are called the square of 2. So in 8 into 8 is equal to 64. Here the what is the product? 64 is a product. So here we call this 64 is square of 8. And 4 into 4 is equal to 16. You have multiplied 4 2 times. Okay, here the product is 16. So that 16 we are called the square of 4. Square means if you multiply same number 2 times, the result, the product what we get, that is called the square of that number. This is the short explanation for square, but mathematically here we define that square like this. See, square of a number and square numbers. The square of a number is that number raised to the power 2. Observe the definition carefully. The square of a number is that number raised to the power 2. That means if you are take any number, for example, if you are take 6, if you raise this 6 to the power of 2, that means 6 square. What is the value of 6 square? It is equal to 36. Why? Because 6 square means, as per our definition of powers and exponents, 6 square means 6 into 6. It is equal to 36. That 36 we are called the square number. The square of a number is that number raised to the power of 2. So symbolically we are defined like this. If a is a number, then the square of a written as a square. That means a raised to the power 2 means a square, and it is given by a square is equal to a into a. A square means, yes, here exponent is 2. That's why here we'll multiply the base 2 times. So a square means a into a. That a square, the value of that a square we are called the square of a. That is, the square of a number is obtained by multiplying it by itself. Okay. So in other words, we are defined that square like this also. If a natural number m can be expressed as n square. That means if you are take any natural number, for example, if you are take a number 81, 81 is a natural number, na? Yeah. So if you are express this 81 as n square, where n is also a natural number, that means if you are express this 81 as square of another number, what is the square of? It's 9 square. Yes, 81 we can express as 9 square. Okay, then m is a. Here what is m? 81. 81 is the m. So m is a square of n. What is n? Here 9 is the n. So this 81 is the square of 9. Okay, simply you remember, square means the number obtained by multiplying it by itself. That's over. Means a square means a into a. That's enough. Okay. Next, one most important definition. What is that? Perfect square number. Okay. So here we are defined the square of a number. Okay. Here we are defined perfect square number. There is a small difference between square of a number and perfect square number. Both are the same. So here in this definition, here we are defined how to find the square of a number. Here we discuss about perfect square number. So which type of numbers we call the perfect square numbers? It is very simple. A natural number n is called a perfect square or a square number if there exists a natural number m such that n is equal to m square. Here in this definition, m can be expressed as n square, then we call m is a square of n. Here in this definition, a natural number n is called a perfect square if there exists a natural number m such that n is equal to m square. But observe these two statements, similarly they are equal. But here we are discussing about square of a number. Here we discuss perfect square number. Okay, yeah. So which type of numbers we call perfect square numbers? A natural number n is called a perfect square number or a square number if there exists a natural number m such that n is equal to m square. Okay, so in other words, a natural number is a perfect square if it is a square of some natural number. For example, let us take 4. Yes, 4 is a square of 2. So therefore 4 is a perfect square number. 4 is a perfect square number. So in the same way, if you take 100. Now see, this is a perfect square number or not? Yes, it is a perfect square number. Why? Because here we write this 100 as a square of another natural number. Yes, we can express this 100 as 10 square. So 100 is a perfect square number. In the same way, if you take 121, yes, we can express this 121 as a 11 square. So this 121 is also a perfect square number. Observe the difference. Here we discuss square of a number. Here we discuss perfect square numbers. Okay, in the first definition, how to find the square of a number? We are discussing like this: 6 square is equal to 36. In this perfect square number, we change the order. We discuss about the natural numbers. Is it clear? Okay, so here the square, how to find the square of a number? Yes, if you are take a natural number 6, how to find its square? 6 square, it is equal to 36. And this 36 we are called perfect square. Sorry, this 36 we are called the square of 6. At the same way, this 36 is called perfect square numbers. Why? Because 36 we are expressed as a square of one natural number. Okay, so this is the definition of perfect square number. If a natural number n is called a perfect square or a square number, if there exists a natural number m such that n is equal to m square. Okay, so for example, if you take one number 124, can you express this 124 as a square of any natural number? No, it's not possible. So this 124 is not a perfect square number. Let us take 25. Yes, can we express this 25 as a square of any natural number? Yes, it is possible. Yes, we can express this 25 as 5 square. So this 25 is a perfect square number, and this 25 is square of 5. This 25 is a perfect square number and it is square of 5. Okay, now we move how to verify the given number is a perfect square number or not. That means if you take the large numbers, we can't say it is a perfect square number or not. Why? Because we can't remember the squares of all natural numbers. That is not possible. Why? Because we have infinite number of natural numbers. So that's why we can't remember all the squares of natural numbers. That is not possible. So in that case, we follow an alternative method. The given number is a perfect square number or not. That means to verify that given number is a perfect square number or not. Here I explain what are the steps we follow to verify that given number is a perfect square number or not. Here these are the steps we follow the verification of given number is a perfect square number or not. Okay, so first step, obtain the natural number. So let us take any one natural number, 256. Okay, and step 2, write the natural number as a product of prime factors. We know prime factorization, you can express any composite number as a product of prime factors. That is, we call prime factorization. Now we express this 256 as a product of its prime factors. Okay, that means simply find out the prime factorization of that given natural number. Find out the prime factorization. Yeah, what is the first prime number? 2. So this 256 divisible by 2. How many times? 1, 2, 8. Again this 128 divisible by 2. How many times? 64. And this 64 is divisible by 2. How many times? 32. And this 32 is also divisible by 2. How many times? 16 times. And 16 is divisible by 2. How many times? 8 times. 8 is divisible by 2. 4 times. 4 is divisible by 2. 2 times. So what is its prime factorization? 256 is equal to 2 into 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 2. So how many 2's are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 8 2's are there. So 2 into 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 2. Okay, now come to step 3. Group the factors in pairs in such a way that both the factors in each pair equal. Okay, so in this prime factorization, here I am writing that prime factorization again. 5 6 7 8. Okay, now group the factors in pairs in such a way that both the factors in each pair are equal. That means in this prime factorization, group the factors in pairs. Pair means 2. Let us take 2 factors. Group them. How? Both the factors in each pair are equal. That means in that pair you take equal factors. Okay, here all factors are equal, all are 2's. Now group them. This is one pair, this is another pair, this is another pair, this is another pair. Now come to the step 4. See whether some factor is left over or not. Is there any factor left over from the group of the factors? There is no factor. All factors are inside the groups. So there is no factor outside the groups. Okay. So in case if no factor is left over in grouping, then the given number is a perfect square number. Okay. So in this prime factorization, there is no other factor outside the grouping. There is no other factor. So in case, yes, if there is no other factor in that grouping, then the given number is a perfect square number. So in the prime factorization of 256, there is no other factor outside in this grouping. Okay, so this 256 is a perfect square number. If it is a perfect square number, then it is the square of which number? We can easily find out from this prime factorization only. See how? To obtain the number whose square is the given number. To obtain the number whose square is the given number. Now it is very clear, this 256 is a perfect square number. Why? Because there is no other factor left over in that grouping. Okay, now what is our question? This 256 is square of which number? To find that, take one factor from each group and multiply them. Here totally how many groups are there? There are 4 groups. Take one factor from each group. So from the first group we take one factor, that is 2. From the second group we take another factor, that is 2. From the third group take one factor. From the fourth group one factor and multiply them. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, it is equal to 16. That means this 256 is square of 16. Is it clear? This 256 is square of 16. If it is not a perfect square number, no need to find out this. Why? Because it is not a perfect square number. That means it is not the square of any natural number. No need to move to the step 5. Here we clearly present it is not a perfect square number. Okay. So let us take one more example. Other example is 180. Find out the prime factorization of this 180. 180, last digit is 0, so it's divisible by 2. How many times? 90 times. And again it's divisible by 2, 45 times. And this 45 is divisible by 5. How many times? 9 times. And this 9 is divisible by 3. How many times? 3 times. Okay, so 180 prime factorization is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. 180 prime factorization is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. Okay, so first step, obtain the natural number. That natural number is 180. Step 2, write the number as a product of prime factors. Here, yes, this is the product of prime factors. Now step 3, group the factors in pairs. In that pair, both the factors in each pair are equal. Okay, now group them. These two are one group, these two are one group, and you remember, in that group the two factors must be equal. Okay, yes, these two factors same, so yes, we group them. These two factors are same, so we group them, and one more factor is there, that is 5. See whether some factor is left over or not. Yes, here one factor is left over, so it is not a perfect square number. Why? Because here we left one factor outside the grouping, so this 180 is not a perfect square number, and no need to follow the fifth step. Why? Because it is not a perfect square number. Okay, let us take one more example. 60. Okay, find out the prime factorization of 60. It's divisible by 2 30 times. Again 30 is divisible by 2 15 times, and 15 is divisible by 5. Sorry, 15 is divisible by 3 5 times. Now prime factorization is 60 is equal to 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. 60 is equal to 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. Now group them. Yes, these two factors are same, so let us take one group. But in this prime factorization we have two more factors, but these two factors are not equal, so we can't take these two factors as one group. We can't take it. Okay, now is there any factor left over? Yes, two factors are left over. 3 is there and 5 is there. For grouping this 3, there is no another 3. For grouping this 5, there is no another 5. So here two factors are left over. So that's why that given number 60 is not a perfect square number. Is it clear? Now let us see one more example. 900. Its prime factorization is, it's divisible by 2 450 times, and this 450 divisible by 2 275 times. It's 25 times, and again this 225 divisible by 5 45 times, and this 45 is divisible by 5 9 times, and this 9 is divisible by 3 times. Okay, so prime factorization is 900 is equal to 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 5. 900 is equal to 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 5. Now group them. Yes, 2 is repeated 2 times, let us take one group. 3 is repeated 2 times, let us take one group, and 5 is repeated 2 times, let us take one group. So totally how many groups are there? There are 3 groups, and there is no factor left over in this prime factorization. That means this 900 is a perfect square number. If there is no factor left over in grouping, okay, then the given number is a perfect square number. Okay, so now this number, this 900 is the square of which number? It is very easy. Take one factor from each group. Okay, from this group we take one factor, that is 2. From this group we take one factor, that is 3. From this group we take one factor, that is 5. So multiply them. 2 into 3 into 5, it is equal to 30. That means this 900 is the square of 30, and this 900 is a perfect square number. So this is the introduction of squares and square roots. Okay, so in this video just we discuss about squares and perfect square number, and how to verify that given number is a perfect square number or not. So once we recall, so what is square of a number? If you multiply, see, the square of a number is obtained by multiplying it by itself. That means if you multiply a number 2 times, the result we are called the square of that number. Is it clear? And what is perfect square number? If you express any natural number as a square of another natural number, that number is a perfect square number. And these are the steps we follow to verify that given natural number is a perfect square number or not. Okay, so let's stop here. Remaining will continue in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.